One of the most important things that seeing Hubble images does for people is it makes them aware of just how much is out there in the universe.
I remember looking at Hubble images for the first time and that feeling of being taken to a distant galaxy. And one I know we can't travel to yet, but you can look at those images, you can go there.
I started to imagine those incredible pictures on an IMAX screen and how people would react to them. And that's how this Hubble 3D film came into being.
The exceptional thing about Hubble is that people know that this instrument has done amazing things. And so it brings science out of the ivory tower and really into America's living rooms.
We'd filmed Hubble before, on the ground actually, before it was launched, but we never had an opportunity until now to really capture the full potential of what Hubble has sent back since.
I'm a NASA astronaut, and I was a mission specialist on STS-125, our latest mission to the Hubble Space Telescope. You know, this was going to be the last visit. The shuttle program was winding down, so this was our last opportunity to upgrade it, fix it, and work on it. And so it made it a little bit different, a little bit historic in some sense because it was going to be the final mission.
It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience to be a part of that final repair mission, to be able to go back and kind of tell the final chapter in the story and bring the Hubble legacy to audiences around the world. That's wonderful. We had captured a lot of Hubble events, and there's no more effective way to show people some of the glorious views that Hubble has sent back than IMAX 3D.
The public knows and loves the Hubble images, but it always sees them as these simple static 2D images. When working in IMAX 3D, you can pull the stars out, you can get the nebula, give it some texture and get a feel for it, and you really start to feel like you're there. You're experiencing space as space really is.
We put the IMAX 3D camera on the Space Shuttle to really capture that final repair mission.
Now you're out of the lip of the telescope. What a beautiful view.
As a kid growing up in Arkansas, I dreamed of working with NASA. It was one of my goals. I grew up in a time where astronauts weren't being hired. It was between the Apollo and the shuttle program. So I thought, well, maybe I can go learn how to take pictures and maybe take pictures at NASA someday. We've worked with this crew for nearly 2 years. We have been there when they've been practicing in the neutral buoyancy lab, which is where they do the weightless training in the spacesuits underwater.
All the way up in there and I'll grapple it.
Gregory Johnson's the pilot, our main camera operator, and is really excited about operating the IMAX camera.
That Ray J up there, our pilot, he's practicing landings in the STA. You get to know them pretty well over the course of many months of training. They all have great senses of humor, all very dedicated, and they've been wonderful students, just wonderful.
It was very early on. We found out we have this IMAX movie to shoot, and so we met James and Toni, and of course they had trained all the other astronauts. They knew our strengths and weaknesses. But I think it was very important that we understand in each scene what they were trying to get at.
If you want to sit down.
You know, when we first signed up for IMAX, I thought it would just be a checklist and we would throw a switch here and do that. And as I learned more about it, I realized the magnitude of the effort and the pressure that we had to use those 8 minutes of film.
Let me just go back to the
checklist.
We'll be looking to film the countdown clock and the launch.
Our cameras are in spots on the launch pad that you could never be during launch. So we put them in big giant boxes that protect them from the blasts, and they're all run through the launch computer at over the Launch Control Center.